Welcome to Balance Psychotherapy. I'm Kasia Makuch-Cole. I'm a psychotherapist recording for you from busy London, from my log cabin with a snoring dog. Join me on the journey through our internal world, through the messiness of our emotional existence, to stay balanced and to be who you are born to be in this world. We are meditating, regulating our nervous system, and tapping through this emotional and delicious mess together. If you would like to go deeper and shift your anxieties and depression, please look for a dark green bee for Balance Psychotherapy in the App Store. You're going to find much more in the app. And for now, let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to Balance Psychotherapy. Well, I think I posted my last podcast 2 weeks ago, so it's a time, but I have got literally only 20 minutes to record it. Let's try and let's begin. So I have got my cup of tea in a cup with my blue massive cup with a figure to bring a bit of joy into my life. Today's thoughts is anxieties and panic attacks. So basically what I noticed is that many people who come to see me, they somehow when they have a panic attack, they feel like they need to stay in that place and really think on that in that specific time, what causes it, what's happening. And they feel like that might be a good time for reflection. So, well, this is not a good time for a reflection. This is a good time for distraction. I'm going to think with you in metaphors. What if you imagine yourself to live in a place with many islands? Well, and you can hoop from any island you want, from one to another. And suddenly, on one of these islands, there is a massive volcano eruption. So you're not going to think, oh, perhaps I'm going to meditate during the time when there is a volcano eruption. You're not saying to yourself, oh, I'm going to reflect on it now. You are running away and hopping onto an island when you think there is safety, good food, when there is perhaps good company, or you just can do something that brings you joy or laughter. So that's basically who you really are. You have got those teeny tiny islands and you can hop on any of them. So when there is a volcano eruption on one of them, you are going to hoop onto another island. And that's what I encourage you to do. What if we're going to think about a different metaphor? My favorite metaphor is that we are a solar system with a sun in the middle, and you have all those planets and stars and Milky Ways. And can you imagine that on one of the planets there is an actual volcano eruption? If you read The Little Prince, Saint-Exupéry, there is a little prince hopping from one planet onto another, and each of the planet represents a different thought, emotions, problems, philosophical difficulties. In the case of The Little Prince. And on one of the planets, there is actual a volcano. So what if you decide to just stay on another planet? All of those planets, all of those realities, they are all in you. If you decide to stay on another planet, for example, joy, It doesn't mean that the planet with the panic attack isn't there. Of course it is. But you are not sitting on it when the volcano is erupting.
The volcano eruption can symbolize your neurobiology.
What is happening to your body with the chemical release in your body, and to you don't want to agitate your body even further. You want to calm the body. And when the body is calm, that's a great place to reflect. So now we are coming closer to another kind of problem, really. That people who experience panic attacks, they very often do not come back and reflect in a structured therapeutic manners to what's been happening in their life. Very often ignore the reality of their body. They tend to think what is what's the best for them. So they live more in the reality of planning, or they live more in the reality of responding to other people's needs, what is important to others. And they very often abandon the reality of their own body. Perhaps there is also one more reason that they don't feel like their body is their safe space. What I would say in situations like that is a healthy self-care. The healthy self-care routine is very important here. For example, having longer mornings if you can, to to prepare for the day, to see how your body is, to see what it needs and what will be the priority for the day. You might have that in the evening as well, but then this needs to be readjusted in the morning. You do need to check in the morning your energy level, what needs to be done and how needs to be done. Just simply have a cup of tea in the morning and do that. We're going to just model what you can do in the morning. There is another option. You can always download the Balance Psychotherapy app from the App Store and from Google Play. Have that with you, kind of like a little pocket sized therapist with you. The app is great because it's not a generic app. So you have got the expertise of a therapist with mindfulness. So when you're using the mindfulness sessions, you can be sure that they are therapeutic. Okay, now let's begin our focusing sessions. It's literally going to take 5 minutes only. Let's begin. Deep breath in and out, and ask yourself, how am I really today? How am I really today? If any clutter appears, any thoughts or even emotions, just put them on an imaginary shelf and keep checking. Is that it? Is that the answer? Is that what you feel? That's my real answer to the question. How am I really today? We're aiming for that unknown zone. Perhaps that can feel heavy or sticky or overwhelming. Keep going, keep searching for that handle, a word of or an image that's going to describe perfectly well how am I really today. Bring the planet or the island to your attention and ask that space inside of you. What do you really want? What do you really need? And let it have a voice. Acknowledge and nourish that voice. Stay with it. Stay with it like a good friend. Stay and listen. Stay and be. Be for it. Be there for yourself. As long as you want. As long as you wish. Until next time. Bye bye. Feeling out of balance? The Bespoke app offers tools and techniques for on-the-go well-being.
Living in the moment is the only truth. Let's go slow. Living in